Danekumara, my name is Sage Blake. I'm a wanderer, storyteller, artist amateur, and, I got a hankering for something. A nice, hot glass of peppermint coffee. Wait. Wait, what was that? Tea. Wait, hold on. Tea? I don't drink tea. Tanekamara! My name is Sage Blake. I'm a wanderer, storyteller, artist amateur, and held at gunpoint because I don't like tea all that much. I'm sorry. I just don't have the palate for it. I mean, there are a couple teas I enjoy, peppermint tea especially, but that's about almost all of it. But yeah, as for Teabat, on the other hand, I have a bit of experience with this game. I did an entire playthrough once, and then it corrupted. Yay! So this sadly isn't a blind playthrough. I would have loved for it to be a blind playthrough, because I had a couple funny moments in my original footage, but you gotta make do. So anyway, Teabat is about, a bat who lives in the chamomile forest. He happens just to be sleeping one day and suddenly gets attacked. And loses some of his memories. Well, at least according to the ghost shop person here. Supposedly, this little guy's supposed to be protecting these forests, but I guess he's doing a bad job of it, considering this place is haunted now. Then again, the ghosts are kind of a new thing. Supposedly. Yeah, that's why I'm here. To maybe... dude! I just started! But regardless, this game has some interesting moments. For one thing, the little tea kettle... Is it not tea kettles? The little teacups you're picking up around the stage, those are not only currency for buying upgrades, well, I say upgrades, but it's more like color cosmetics for across the board, really. The first lens that we get is for environmental, the second is for actual moving sprites, including yourself, by the way. And after that, it's a absolute plethora of other colors for the environment. I'm not kidding when I say there's a lot of colors, and you're going to be seeing every single one of them because I decided to grind to get all of them. And no joke, beating this game took 25 minutes, maybe 30. Grinding doubled my playtime. I mean, on the one hand, I guess there's something if you're a collectionist, but on the other hand, one of these skins is 777 teacups. That's a lot to grind, just saying. Oh, and you're only fed 5 at a time, so you kinda need to purchase the cheaper ones first, for the most part, in order to get access to the more expensive ones, and debatably more beautiful ones later on. At first blush, this game is relatively simple. It's a standard platformer. You go about collecting teacups and teapots, and that's about it. But what you're not going to recognize is that this game actually can get a bit tricky. I mean, take a look at this. The map that you see at the upper part of the screen only fills slowly as you progress from left to right through the stage. Yeah, if you end up on a new map, toward the right of the stage, you're gonna be filling out a lot of it immediately. As such, I feel like that's a bit of a bug or glitch. Maybe it's intentional, who knows. But even then, this map sometimes straight up lies to you, just to protect its valuables. Holy hell. I mean, on the one hand, I kinda get it. I mean, they're gold! I like gold! But on the other hand, they're vintage. Okay, maybe that's 2 on the bush. But, okay, just scattered about through the level are teapots, right? Some of them are pretty simple to find, and you will need a certain amount of them to finish the game. 30, to be exact. So, essentially, about half of them. A little less than half, technically. But even then, you are going to need to go out of your way to get some of these. I mean, you saw earlier, some of them were just completely hidden in the trees. And wow, okay. On the other hand, there are a good chunk of them that are just along the way that it's not too difficult to get to the number you need. And not to mention that even though there are like 63, 66, one of those numbers, I'll probably like flash it on screen. Even though there are about 60 some odd of these things, and they can be somewhat difficult to find, the map, well, it does lie, but it also helps you find them. If you'll take a look at the map on occasions, when I get somewhat close to one of the teapots, a little gray brick will appear, and that brick will slowly turn yellow, indicating how close I am to a teapot, with it being fully yellow when I'm, like, right smack dab next to it. Some of these teapots, again, require quite a bit of skill and knowledge of the gimmicks of this game in order to get them. And for record, all you've got in your basic tool set is Mario-style stomp and double jump. You control a bit stiffly in the air and on the ground, but you build up momentum pretty quickly, allowing you to make really big jumps and really quickly. There are also little vines every so often that you can grip onto to help catapult you in one direction or another, if you can get the timing right on the release. I feel like I was forgetting something. Oh, right! The teacups. Should you ever die by taking too much damage, by the way, energy is your health. I didn't recognize that at first. I do now. Again, if you run out of energy, you will spend 10 teacups to revive instantly, just as you were. On the one hand, it's pretty forgiving. On the other hand, I'd argue it's a bit too forgiving. I mean, the boss in this game, yes, there's a boss, only one though, isn't that hard if you know its patterns, and even when you don't, it's not too hard to damage it in the first place. I almost feel like it's kinda meant to just hold your hand, but... and maybe I just like harder games, but I don't like that. The controls, pretty good. The graphics, pretty good. The music? Oh, yes. Yes. The third area's music especially. And the boss music, now I think about it. But the decision to essentially give you almost infinite lives like that, it kinda cheapens the game a bit for me. Could just be my tastes, though. It still doesn't stop the game from being enjoyable. Though, I am saying that it is enjoyable, but I do have a couple things that I don't exactly like. Well, I've mentioned already the very handholdy the shoehorned infinite lives, but on top of that, there's also the fact that there's... how do I put this? The first set of levels, the entirety of Chamomile Forest, is way too labyrinthian for my general skill level. I don't know why, but you're gonna see me fumble a lot in this area specifically, and almost not at all in the next area coming up, and also the final area. Well, the third area gets a bye, considering it's just like 3 or 4 maps. But my point stands. Chamomile Forest has some of the most labyrinthian maps of the lot, and it's the first level. I found myself getting lost way too many times for myself to track, and even with the map, I still couldn't exactly figure out where I was going or what I needed to do. This is a 100% playthrough, mind you, but even still... oh, jeez. The amount of times I got lost was just amazing. At that, another item I'd like to mention on top of that is that while I do really enjoy the music, it can be a bit repetitive. Maybe that's just me on that one, though, considering, 1, this is going for a more simplistic style, and 2, this is well, the first area. But even still, actually, it's just the first area that I have problems with for the most part. Because, like, the music in this first area it slowly starts to get ear-grating the more I listen to it, specifically because of the fact that I'm remembering just how much I got lost in this place. And still get lost in this place. Whilst the music for the other areas I remember more fondly because it's just more fun to play through those levels. But even then, again, if you don't want to 100% this game, you don't have to. And as a result, the fault lies with me wholly for that alone. I'm also gonna be a bit different with my commentary here. It might be a bit front-loaded, it might not be. I'll decide in editing. But I don't have too much to say about this game, really. It's really good, and that's about it. It's a really good platformer. It does its job well. It's fun. And that's all I really have to say. I mean, I guess I could talk about the areas themselves, but even then, at that point, I'm just devolving into critiquing cosmetics, which, I don't know. Part of my thing with games is they should be fun, they should look nice. But more importantly, they should be fun. This hits the fun factor, even if even if people will argue, oh, it's simplistic, it's pixels. Pixels can do beautifully, man. You just haven't seen the right pixels. Or your tastes are just different. It's fine. This game was meant to kind of hit the whole Game Boy Color thing, the art style anyway, so I'm not gonna fault it for that. It's an artistic choice. One that it does well, I might add. But outside that, yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't have too much to say about the game. I really like it, but there's not too much for me to say about it, considering that it's good and that's about it. I mean, I think I'll commentate here and there with little opinions about things, but I've hit all the notes I wanted to say, and outside that, the boss and the credits, that's about everything I've wanted to say, and then some. So, in the meantime, enjoy some footage. Here we have our second area, Minty Meadows. Supposedly, this place always smells like mint, and it's apparently very relaxing. Again, direct words from the ghost merchant. There's a couple things I'd like to talk about here, at least. One, a lot of the hidden teapots are actually hidden very high up. And here's showing off the death gimmick, by the way, because I'm an update. What was I saying? Oh, right. A lot of the teapots are actually very high up, so you'll need to use the mines or get pretty good at ghost bopping and double jumping in order to get to them. Case in point, this one right here. Clever, isn't it? Some of these will be pretty skill-based and may require resetting to prior screens in order to get to them, but I'd say it's worth the challenge, especially if you're picking up the mechanics. At that, the music in this area is very mellow compared to the very rascally / absolutely annoying, in my opinion, the first area's music. It's just nice to listen to. I can imagine kicking back and reading a book to this. Another thing to note is that partway through this stage, it actually transitions a little bit. In the background, it looks like a typical night, doesn't it? But after a certain point, it turns into a storm. No, seriously, an actual storm. It's beautiful. Like right here, see? Further, in certain areas of the game in general, the music will also change a little bit to reflect the area that you're in. For the first area, Chamomile Forest, the underground area specifically has the music change. The third area also has that too. And in the first area, the change is more to a slightly creepier, cavey music, as opposed to the rascally, annoying one of 4. Here, it actually goes from being mellow to even more mellow. It's kind of amazing. Actually, you can hear it right now. I'll shut up so you can hear it properly. And here's our only boss, Rufus, the ghost dog. Just bop him in the head a bunch of times. He does do some charge attacks, and he can be a bit wily to hit, because he wiggles all over the place, and he actually does his best to keep a little bit of distance between you and him. That's actually a clever way to design a fight, have you go to it as opposed to it coming to you. But even then, it's pretty simple when you've figured it out. I mean, I did it hitless here. Little irony in the lost footage, I actually almost died to Rufus. I really want to show that, but I don't have the footage anymore, so I can't. Sad face. The third area, I might as well take the time to talk about it quick, is Castle Grey. There's not much in terms of details I could mention here. Supposedly, Teabat's headed toward a tower of some type, and I presume that's where the door is that you need the 30 teapots for. But for what purpose? I have no idea. This area in general, though, I absolutely love the music, and I can't get sick of it, for right now at least. For reference, this is the place that I managed to grind up the thousands upon thousands of teapots that I needed to collect all the remaining skins in the game. Because on my original playthrough, I actually only unlocked maybe 50% of them. I also didn't know, by the way, that you can get this teapot over here by ascending using these ropes and ghost bopping. The way I did it was I semi-cheated and scrolled over from the right side. Yeah, you can do that, and it's perfectly fine, but I wanted to give this little challenge a shot, and I gave it only a few attempts and managed to do it pretty well, so credit where it's due. Yay. Few references. One, I am not sure what's causing that earthquake. Maybe the thunder in the background? Maybe something underground? Considering that the rumbling continues when you go down there? Who knows? Second, there's a health pickup in the upper right corner of the area here, and I did not know that was there. I kinda just happenstance ended up floating up there. Third, there is no way that I know of to get into the lower right area. It's just there to say, and let's see what else I can mention. Fourth, here especially the map lies to you. There are a few different hidden cubby holes full of teacups that you can pick up. It's actually how I grinded, specifically the amount that I needed for all the colors and whatnot. Just going in and out of this area, going into the little cubby holes, and pocketing about 100, yeah, about 100 teapots just for a full lap of this area. If you're patient, then, again, it will only take you maybe double your playtime. But yeah, with that one right there, that's every single teapot within the Sage demo. There are a few more, as I've mentioned, likely within the little edits I've made here and there, that there are 66 within the latest Christmas update as of, well, last December 2019. But I haven't played that, I don't know where they are, so I can't say anything. Mum's the word. But with that, all that settled, I think it's about time I, opened that last door and returned to the void, huh? To which, and this is the sad part, there's nothing except for credits. I mean, the credits are nice, at least. You get to see everyone that worked on the game, but you can already see that on the right there, such I have only one person that I should react to. Other than that, I really appreciate all the work that all of you have put into this game, and I anticipate to see what the future product would look like. I happen to like platformers, not as much as some types of games, but they're a nice little romp, and this one especially is a nice romp from beginning to end. I really want to see where this goes. So, yeah. With all things said and done, and a little glitch there because I clicked out the window, it's about time to return to the void. Dead again. The key. Vada! Trees! Okay, now goodbye.